Hello everybody, Cruiser 700, back to bring you some more entertainment and a little packet of knowledge. So this is a series that I plan on starting to do with the power director, photo director, color director, and probably some audio director as well. Um, if you're using a free software right now on your computer and you find that you can't get the result that you want or the result that you see from some other YouTubers, this video will show you a very good editing software that's very easy to use. It's very, I don't want to say cheap, but it's not very expensive and it's very good software. So I'm going to start the series out with Power Director, and we'll start this video with just going through the basics on how to import a video, what the user interface looks like, and how to do the rendering process. So let's get into it. So let's enter the full feature editor and go from there. So now we're in the full feature editor. Okay, so the pictures that you see here that are already imported, they'll show up every time that you enter the full feature editor. So if you want to keep them there and use them, that's cool. If not, then you can left click on your mouse, you can highlight them all, you can right click and just hit remove from library. And what this will do is this will just remove them from the project you're currently working on. Now, if you don't ever want to use these pictures, then you can left click on delete from disk. So we'll just remove them from the library for now. So poof, they're gone. Okay, so you have a video or you have multiple videos that you want to make into one big video. So what do? Well, you go to File, and you go to Import, and you can import a whole folder. You could just import small files, one at a time if you would like. You can do all these different things, download media from the cloud, download sound clips from Director Zone or photos. I usually just pick media files and it'll bring up folders. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick this one. And this video is, this is a 4K video. So we will go ahead and open this. And you see it gives you this pop-up. Okay. Do you want to enable shadow files for the video to speed up the editing process? I always choose no, but feel free to choose yes and see if it's something that you like to do. So here we go. We have a 4K video, and currently it's just in our import library. So we can't really do anything editing wise with it at this moment. So what do we do next? Well, we want to take this video, we want to left click on it, go ahead and drag it down to the timeline. And what you'll see once it renders up a little bit is it loads all the individual thumbnails that go throughout the video, so you can kind of see a storyboard kind of setup. You can change the mode, so currently we're in timeline view, and you can switch it to storyboard view. I generally like to use timeline view. It's kind of what I'm used to. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to timeline view. So you have some things over here on the left, and what these are doing is, this is video, this little symbol, this is audio, these are different effects, and then you have video 2, audio 2, you have titles, voiceover recording, music, and these will these will go down and down and down. You can add a lot of video and a lot of audio tracks. So these are your different tracks of what you can import. You can lock different tracks, you can unlock tracks, you can enable or disable if you have certain things in there that you thought you might have wanted but you don't anymore. You could disable it, or if you're making multiple videos on the same timeline and you wanted to disable some audio or some video for this rendering, and then you wanted to do the rendering again but you wanted different stuff in it, you could use the enable and disable function for that. So this video is basically going to cover how to basically edit a video. We're not going to go into anything fancy, nothing. So right now, if you notice, the audio track and the video track, when you highlight it, it's all blue. Okay, now what that means is you're gonna, if you make a cut or if you make a change, it's going to apply to both. It's going to apply to the video and the audio. So one thing that you might want to do is cut out some audio, but you don't want to cut the video. So what you can do is right click and go to link/unlink video and audio, and you'll see this black line went through the video and the audio. So now we can select the audio by itself, or we can select the video by itself, and you can still drag up your cursor and select both of them at the same time, so that's also convenient. So if we hit play, you'll see the video and the audio plays for you. We'll go through some preferences and some settings and stuff in a later video, but I just want to show how to basically edit a video. So right now, kind of looks okay. Nothing that we really want to cut, just a dog playing. So maybe I want to cut out me talking. And these are your zoom in, and zoom out buttons down here. So if we hit zoom in, you can see where the audio starts and ends. So you can click anywhere on this timeline and it'll bring your cursor there, and it'll bring the preview window back to where that cursor is. So we can see that if we want to cut out that audio where I'm talking, it would start here just about. You don't want to cut too close to where the audio takes place unless you really have to. It's good to leave a few frames in between there. So we go over here and we see the split timeline, and what that's going to do is it's going to add a cut. So we hit split timeline, and it just split. Give it a second to render there. It just split this portion and this portion. Now if you make a cut like that and you decide that you didn't want to cut it out, it doesn't cause any kind of cut jump in the video if you make those cuts. So if you watch, it's still flawless, but it made a cut in the timeline. So now we see about where we want to end is somewhere about here. So we'll go ahead and make another cut, and then what we've done is we've isolated the part that we want to cut out. So then from here you can right click, you can go to remove, and it gives you three options: remove and leave a gap, remove and fill the gap, or remove, fill gap, and move all clips. So Sometimes you'd want to leave a gap depending on what you're doing. Sometimes you would just want to fill the gap, and sometimes you want to make sure that all the clips move once the video's taken out. So generally I use remove, fill gap, and move all clips. But there are times where you'll need the other options, so that's something that you can play with. So as you can see, it cut out the portion that we wanted it to cut, and it moved all this video and audio right back to where this started. So if we play this back a little bit, dog's playing, and then as you see, it cut out where I was talking. So there's no more talking here for a few seconds. You can see right here where some sort of audio is going to come into play. And of course it's me talking. So let's go ahead and do another cut. And we'll come down here because we can see where the last piece of audio was. And we'll go a few frames ahead of where the audio ended. And we'll hit split timeline again. We'll drag our cursor up once it loads for a second. There it goes. And we'll go to remove. We'll remove, fill gap, and move all clips. And there you have it. So now we just have the dog playing with the duck, and we don't have to hear me. Pretty cool. So let's say that we wanted to end the video right here. So we'll hit split timeline. We'll grab the rest of the video and the audio. That's all this down here. And we'll just hit remove. Now, the software is smart, okay? So it knows that you've selected, it knows that there's no video after what you selected. So it knows that you don't need to choose from fill gap or move all clips or anything. So you'll see that we don't get any other options, we just get remove. Because it's smart, it knows what's going on. So we'll just hit remove. And then we have our video. So we have the dog playing and no voice from me. So this is how you do a basic edit in PowerDirector. If you just want to cut out some audio, if you want to cut out certain parts, you just use the split timeline tool. Once you have all that done, you can only do it, okay, so you can relink the audio and video. Okay. Come on, PowerDirector. So you can select the audio and the video, and you can relink them. And you see now they're back together. So we can do the same thing here. You don't have to, but I'm just showing how you can do this. So then we link these two back together, and voila, our video and audio are all linked back together. So before I end this video, I will show you one more cool trick. So we have clip and we have movie. Now clip is going to allow you to edit, and that'll allow you to edit this clip or this clip or this clip. Now if you hit movie, it will set it up to playback. And here's your play and your stop, your previous frame or your next frame, and you can change the function of these two buttons with this button in the middle that says seek by. You click it and you can seek by frame, second, minute. If we called out certain scenes and subtitles or chapters or even segments. So usually I'll use one of these two, frame or second. So if you hit second, then it'll move 1 second. So you could click this and it'll move 1 second ahead on the timeline. Or if you hit frame, it'll move just 1 frame. So you can see how small of an amount that is. So you can get really detailed on where you make cuts and how you stitch things back together. So you can take snapshots of the video to make thumbnails. You can set the preview quality. So if you want it to play back in HD, if you have a really good computer, you can do this. You can kick down the preview quality so that it'll run quicker if you have a slower computer. TV safe zone, grid lines, dual previews. These are things that we'll get into in other videos, but the main thing you should know right now is the preview quality. You can choose that right there on the toolbar. You can adjust the volume of the playback. You can enable 3D mode, open 3D display configuration, or you can unlock the window so you can move it around. You could put it full screen. Like so. And then we can hit this up here. It says dock the preview button. That's just going to move it back to its own little square like we originally had it. So now we have our video edited and we want to save it as a video. So right now if you save it, it'll be saved as a project. So you save project, pretty self-explanatory. Save project as, give it a name where you want to save it. But once you're ready to put the video into a form, into a movie, then you can go up here to produce. And produce will give you a lot of options. Standard 2D is generally what you'd be using if you're just making a standard movie. 3D, it's smart. There's no 3D content on the timeline. We'll have no 3D effect. Device. Now, this is kind of cool if you're making a video for a certain device. You can see all the different options here. But this is even cooler. If you want to make a movie for Facebook, for YouTube, Dailymotion, Vimeo, Nico Douga, or Youku, they have preset standards, and you can pick the quality. You say you want it 4K quality. They'll put it in a YouTube format that'll upload to YouTube real quickly and efficiently. So it's really up to you what you want to use. That's a quick and easy way to render a YouTube video. Usually I'll pick standard 2D, and like this being a 4K video, in my Sony AX100, it's recording in XAVCS. So I usually pick XAVCS, and I have a custom profile made that I've called YouTube 4K. And if you pick all, then these are the standard formats that you can pick from. So if you're just shooting 1080p, 1920 by 1080, 60 frames a second, 1920 1080, 30 frames a second, 1920 1080, 24 frames a second. So you can pick which one you would want. In my case, I shot this video in 3840 by 2160, 24p. So I'll pick that one. And it has fast rendering technology that'll render the video quicker. You can upload a copy to the cloud. You can pick a format if you're uploading for a certain country. This is kind of neat, Intelligent SVRT. So you click this and it will, just like it says here, it's designed to help you choose the video profile that produces a file with the best video output quality possible and saves you production time. So if you're not sure about what you should use, you can always rely on the Intelligent SVRT. Me, on the other hand, I generally like a little bit more control. So XAVCS, 3840, 2160, 24 frames per second, 60 megabits per second data rate. And then you come over here, you can pick where you want it to render to, and then you hit start. And once you hit start, you are rendering. So the video will show you its progress up here. And when the video is done, you can go to where you saved it, and you will have a video in the format that you chose. So then from there, you can upload it to YouTube like normal, Facebook, whatever you'd like to upload it to, and you're on your way. So I know this video is kind of short, but I just tried to cover the basics of how you would use CyberLink PowerDirector to edit a basic video and do the rendering. So I do plan on doing a few more of these videos showing you some more advanced things that you can do with transitions to make your cuts look better, adding subtitles, making thumbnails, making keyframes, doing all kinds of cool stuff in CyberLink PowerDirector. This software is very powerful and it's not very expensive. So yeah, we'll wait till the video's done rendering and I'll show you the product. And this is our movie. Cute little dog. So of course we could have done our cuts a little bit better, tried to time them a little bit better, but that just comes with messing around with the software, messing around with where you do your cuts, and taking the time to go into that detail. But I just wanted to show you the steps that you would take to make that happen. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I do own all the softwares, the photo director, color director, audio director, and power director. So I do plan on doing some videos to show you how you can do different things in the different softwares, and how you can also use the other softwares to help you while you're editing in Power Director. So for instance, if you want to boost a part of your audio, just one little part or multiple parts, you can actually, from Power Director, you can export your audio to Audio Director. It'll open up, you can do your edit, and it'll spit the audio file right back to Power Director for you. So it's totally seamless. You don't have to save it, reopen it, cut it out, put it in. You don't have to do any of that. It'll do it all for you. It's totally seamless. And it's the same with Color Director and Photo Director as well. They all work seamlessly together. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this. There will be more to come. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more, what you would like to see, and I can make that happen for you. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to, give me a subscribe, and I will see you guys later.